Welcome to the channel, Pan Range Case Studies. We hope that the case studies mentioned here will benefit you in your daily life.
North Korean nuclear weapons. North Korean nuclear weapons and missile tests also have heightened tensions on the Korean peninsula in recent months, straining ties between North Korea and the United States, which has 28,500 troops based in the south. North Korea has made significant advances over the past 2 decades in developing a nuclear weapons arsenal. Moon Jae-in's election could open the door to a resumption of US-North Korean talks, which were last held in late 2015. Moon has said he is open to meeting with Kim Jong-un, but only under the right conditions. Moon also said he was willing to visit Pyongyang, but only if Pyongyang makes a bold decision to completely abandon its nuclear program. It has detonated 6 nuclear devices, one with a yield of well over 100 kilotons, and test-flown a variety of new ballistic missiles, several of which may be capable of delivering a nuclear warhead to major US cities. But since taking office, Kim has ordered the production of more solid-fuel missiles, potentially making it easier for North Korea to launch them from submarines or mobile launchers. China also strongly objected to the deployment of an advanced US missile defense system in South Korea. The North's Army on Wednesday presented a blueprint to a senior Army official of a plan to detonate a hydrogen bomb in the atmosphere over the Pacific Ocean. The plan would involve 2 of the North's missiles, each of which would have a yield of 100 kilotons. It is widely assumed that North Korea has operational nuclear warheads for its short-range and medium-range missiles, but whether it has developed the technology to make a nuclear warhead small enough to be placed atop a long-range missile remains unclear. The North state media said on Wednesday that it would continue to keep its nuclear weapons and missile tests secret to sternly retaliate against any military provocation by the US imperialists. However, it is unclear whether it has managed to develop fully functioning nuclear warheads small enough to mount on long-range missiles. North Korea tested the Hwasong-17, the first of 2 intercontinental ballistic missiles it launched in July, on the eve of US president visit to the region. United States vowed afterward to take care of North Korea, amid speculation that he might take military action against the North. It is clear from its development efforts and public statements that North Korea ultimately intends to put a nuclear warhead on an intercontinental missile capable of reaching the US mainland. The US national security community has long estimated that North Korea will not be able to reliably put a nuclear warhead on a missile with the range to reach the US mainland until sometime in the next decade. That assessment came before North Korea conducted its 6th and most powerful nuclear test. On Sunday, North Korea's foreign minister warned that the country was ready to use preemptive military force if the United States continued to issue threats of military action. North Korea is also developing submarine-launched ballistic missiles, which can be fired from large undersea vehicles, that are of concern to the United States. Although submarine-launched missiles have never been tested under wartime conditions, the US administration has publicly discussed conducting a preemptive nuclear strike against the North if it continued to pursue such missiles. In the past, North Korea has threatened nuclear attacks on US military bases in Japan and South Korea and hinted at the possibility of attacking US targets in the Philippines. Despite the heated rhetoric, the US military and others in the region say that they remain focused on diplomatic efforts and are not considering the possibility of preemptive military action against the North. Even if it fails to test a long-range missile for months, North Korea will almost certainly continue its testing program to this end. In recent weeks, it has tested ballistic missiles that can potentially reach both the US mainland and Okinawa, an island of Japan that has been a flashpoint in a territorial dispute between the United States and Japan. On Tuesday, the North launched 3 ballistic missiles, including 2 that flew about 1,000 kilometers and 500 kilometers respectively and fell into Japan's exclusive economic zone in the Sea of Japan. Also, on Tuesday, North Korea's military reportedly held a large-scale exercise involving its artillery units as well as its Air Force and Navy in the area of Pukkang, near the country's east coast. And last week, North Korea test-fired several short-range missiles. All 3 military exercises have taken place despite an agreement between North and South Korea reached in September. Under the pact, the North agreed to halt missile and nuclear tests and US and South Korean military drills in exchange for a series of rewards from the South. US and South Korean officials have responded with frustration to North Korea's nuclear and missile tests, but have said that they do not intend to start military action against North Korea at this time. While North Korea continues to seek better relations with the outside world, the US and its allies are focused on attempting to slow or stop its nuclear and missile tests. Seoul has sought to improve ties with the North, but has been hampered by Pyeongchang's nuclear and missile tests. North Korea's attempts to launch a satellite this month were viewed by the US as a banned test of ballistic missile technology. In response, the UN Security Council imposed a new round of sanctions on North Korea. It was the 13th round of UN sanctions since Pyongyang first tested a nuclear device in 2006. The White House and US government officials have said that the administration is still open to a negotiated solution to the North Korea crisis, but they also say that military strikes are still an option if the current round of sanctions and pressure fail to compel North Korea to make concessions. There is still time for diplomatic engagement to work. It's still possible that talks could result in a different outcome, James Mattis, the defense secretary, said last month. But other administration officials have also said that the US military remains prepared to respond to a North Korean attack. Due to the lack of clarity surrounding North Korea's nuclear program, there is no room for delay, one administration official said. In order to deter North Korea from an imminent attack or launch, the United States military is preparing to carry out a wide range of military activities in both Korea and the region to maintain readiness.
Thank you for watching.